Kitchen Conversations with Jessica Stylist.
Yeah. This is where you wanna be. This is where you wanna be. This is where you wanna be. Friendship, food, and honesty. Friendship, food, and honesty. Friendship, food, and honesty. This is where you wanna be. This is where you wanna be. This is where you wanna be. Come in and join the conversation.
Kitchen Conversations with Jessica Stylist.
This is where you wanna be. 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 This is where you wanna be.
Kitchen Conversations with Jessica Stylist.
Hey family, welcome back, baby. We are here for another episode of Kitchen Conversations with your girl, Jessica. It is I am here, we're in the kitchen. And like always, I'm excited because he's not just my friend. Every other episode, I'm like, it's my friend. No, this is my brother, okay? This is my brother. Like, we're almost twins. Our birthdays are a day apart and everything. It's lit. I have my brother, Rashad, joining us here in the kitchen today. He don't be cooking, so it should be, quite the experience, all right? He is not only an entrepreneur, but he's a writer, he's a life coach, and he's an advocate for our youth. He's amazing, and I just had to invite him into the kitchen this season so y'all can experience the Jessica and Rashad magic that's about to take place. So strap in, get ready for another amazing episode of Kitchen Conversations. Get ready. Shotty Shot is in the kitchen today. Shotty
All
Shot.
right, I'm about to work up an appetite. So what are we
doing?
First of all, I don't play no games.
Okay.
You know I like to eat.
You do.
What's my favorite time of the meal?
I was like, what's your favorite word? Beyonce.
Don't say that like short. But yeah, we could go with Beyonce today. But my favorite meal of the day. Because we've had this conversation before. So I know I've had meals from you before.
He has. He is a faithful customer, okay? Not like one of those raggedy friends who was like, oh, you know how to cook. Can I pick something up? No, like he places orders. He pays me to prep his food.
Full price.
Yeah, full price. And I think he has his own discount code because he's an influencer, guys. Anyways, back to the meal at hand.
Right.
We're having breakfast. I know. I'm the gift that keeps on giving. Today, because I have you in the kitchen, we are making some sweet potato waffles and some candy bacon.
Wait.
Listen. It's okay.
Candy bacon?
Yes, it's going to be so good.
Wait.
So good.
You said we're making?
Yes, because I didn't invite you here just for good looks. I invited you here to participate in the cooking of Kitchen Conversations.
You should talk to somebody who emailed me first. I was here for aesthetics and looks and backdrops and backgrounds. So
You are here to cook, man of God.
wow, I'm gonna need my stunt double. So, all right. We're gonna see how this worked then, because
So we have our pureed sweet potatoes already. I already pureed them. We have, because we're gonna make gluten-free ones, because I'm trying to, make healthier choices, because, over the pandemic, I gained some panini weight. And so I'm trying to really back in to really embody the health is wealth, okay? And so, shameless plug, this is my shirt. You can buy it from me. So buy it from me. Anyways, okay, so we have our pureed sweet potatoes. We have some gluten-free oats that we're gonna add in there instead of flour. We have our oat milk. We have some eggs, a little bit of baking powder, baking soda, some cinnamon and nutmeg, some vanilla extract. It's going to just all come together, and it's gonna be such a beautiful experience here in this kitchen. Are you ready to cook?
No, but yeah, let's get it started.
Okay, so we'll start with the pureed sweet potatoes. If you can do me a favor, I'm gonna put you to work now.
Already?
Go to that drawer there, and I need a stirring spatula. It's flat, you should look at it, you'll see it. You're smart. He's smart, guys. He can figure this out.
Let's see what
He
we
got
can
this.
find.
And I'm going to add in the rolled oats. Yum. Yeah, you did it. He did it. mixing these ingredients, I want to get in your business a little. So, you know, before you became like my brother, because he's really my brother, y'all.
We go way back.
Way
Somehow,
back.
some way.
Somehow, some way, we go way back in the time. But before you became my brother, sorry, I'm making a mess. Just a little one. I knew you as like an advocate for abstinence. And I was like, this is a grown man. Like, what is happening? Mind you, we met through church, so it makes sense to a certain extent. Like, oh wow, he's really holy. I know him now, he's not really that holy, but he is an advocate for abstinence. And you like were vocal about it. Like, you're not one of these people who's like, oh yeah, if you happen to know him, then you find out. No, he was very vocal about it on social media. You did like late night challenge or something like that.
Man.
Just a bunch of stuff. What made you want to use your platform to really like advocate for abstinence?
I think the platform was an accident, to be honest.
Okay.
It started with I don't want to say a failed relationship, but it started with a previous relationship.
Come on, failed relationships.
Listen, they can catapult you. But this relationship that I was in 11 years ago, it just, long story short, it just went down south. I tell people it was the best relationship because it got me to where I am now.
Okay.
I was raised in church, so you always know, like, you know, no sex before marriage, and you know, don't
blah,
do
blah,
this
blah.
and don't. Yeah, right. You know, blah blah blah. Don't tell my mom I just said that. But
I'm gonna tag her.
Right. She has Facebook. But yeah, so it was just, I always knew, but I didn't put it into action.
Okay.
And so everything that I was not supposed to do, I did in that relationship.
Right.
And so, I mean, and it broke me down to literally the bottom of the bottom. I stopped going to church. I moved out of my mom's house, lost everything.
Wow, you were a heathen.
A full-fledged, I mean, a heathen. Wow, you're a heathen. I mean, heathen, backslider, viper, like you know, just name it, I was that. But in that moment, no, I'm not gonna cry. I'm just clear my throat.
No, he's gonna cry.
Probably. I really had like a road to Damascus experience, and in that moment, God met me, and I prayed and I was like, God, I'm so deep in this mess, relationship, or whatever you want to call it, I can't get myself out.
Right.
You almost done?
I almost called you out your name here on this Kitchen Conversations episode.
I prayed and I told God, I was like, I can't do this by myself. There's no way. And so literally, God reached in. Like when people say that, like when the mothers of the church say, God reached in and grabbed me. No, like he literally reached in and grabbed me.
He snatched you out.
What was it? Of
a horrible pit?
Of a horrible pit.
That's the word.
I was thinking of miry clay. That's the old school. They don't know.
Wow, you're saved.
Very. But yeah, so like it definitely like shifted my entire life. And I knew I got that far off a track because of sex. Like I gave myself to somebody that I wasn't supposed to. Now I didn't lose my virginity to that person. Can I say that?
You can say it.
Oh, okay.
This is Kitchen Conversations, okay? You know, we say whatever.
You know, just some people's kitchens, you gotta, you know, be careful what you talk about. But I you know, gave myself to this person, and you know, it was definitely a regrettable moment, but it was also an eye-opener for me.
Okay.
And I realized even in that moment, I didn't have anybody to turn to. Like I had no men in my life that were like, hey man, like congratulations on your this journey you're going through.
Right.
And any guy that did come into my life was very temporary. Like they were here, they, you know, gave a few nuggets and they were gone. And
okay.
So it was very hard to find a solid male community for me.
Yeah, because honestly, like I don't know many men that are walking around abstinent, especially grown men and especially grown black men. Yeah. So I'm curious, like, did you find anybody on your journey that was like in a similar experience, in a similar like season as you? Well, this hasn't been a season, this has been years at this point. But anybody
I'm just being honest.
I commend you. I commend your strength and even your commitment to the journey. But like in that, like what made you feel like this was something so important, not only for you, but even for like the generations to come and even our generation, because you're, like I said, you're vocal about it. Like you encourage people to, you know, turn that phone over late at night so you don't become tempted in the Lord, okay?
Right, only use your hands in prayer. Great commercial. No, I was kidding. What was the question again?
Oh, what? So pretty much. Wow. I don't like you. I don't like you. Okay, as a person, I don't like you. But why did you feel like it was so important for not only you to live a life of abstinence, but for you to inspire our generation and the generations to come? Because you're very active with our youth, but you're also very vocal with your homeboys, me, like people around you, your social media followers. Because he got a lot of followers. I don't know how he has so many followers, but he got a lot of followers, y'all. He got like some kind of influence or something. I don't know why, but what made you feel like that was like your burden?
Well, when I started being vocal about it, I realized what was happening was men were coming, like, was messaging me, like, hey man, like, you know, I heard, like, okay, it's weird, but
you're weird.
The women that were like trying to flirt or, you know, DM me,
seduce
whatever,
you,
you know, seduce
seductresses,
and, you know, slide in the DMs. They would tell like their male friends, like, hey, like this guy, like, is this for real? Like, I've had people tell me that I was gay. They were like, oh, if you're gay, just tell me. And I'm like,
the disrespect.
What? Like, no, I'm not gay. Like, I don't have a problem with gay people, but that's just my preference. Like, I choose to wait till marriage. So I realized like a lot of men, grown men too, were like, hey bro, like, you know, I just want to let you know I appreciate what you're doing, and, you know, I'm trying to be abstinent, and I'm trying, you know, to not have sex. It's just really hard, bro. So just please keep it up. Do it for us. And I was like,
do it for Lil Saint.
But
okay, wait. Before you continue, you see this bacon? It's candied. We're gonna put it in the oven now.
I want to put that candy in there.
Okay. Continue.
But yeah, so like I realized the need for it because a lot of people were coming to me, like, some people say, like, by night, where they weren't, like, you go to their page, like, it's the complete opposite.
Right.
But they message me like, hey bro, like, how do I, you know, I need help in this area. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I never started my social media with the intent to influence people or to promote. I just felt like if people need help, people need guidance, people need whatever they need, if I got it, why not?
Right.
And it literally turned into grown men messaging me, women messaging me, even, and as I started working with students, they would message me. And they'd be like, hey bro, like, I'm in this relationship, you know, this, that, and the third. How do I make it work? And I say, well, are you guys having sex? Oh, well, yeah, of course. I said, well, you need to stop.
That's so
I'm like, what? They're literally like, what? Are you sure? Yes.
Can we switch places? Because I know you don't want to work like that. And I'm going to put some of our waffles in the waffle maker so we can eat. So. Okay.
Oh, wait, you put oatmeal in the
mix. So it's like our flour base. So instead of us using flour, we're using oats.
Got it.
So then I'm going to spray our waffle maker so like the waffles don't stick and, you know, be hard to get out. So spray it with a little coconut oil.
Come on, coconut.
Coconut.
Save some for my hair later. I'm sorry. I can't. All right,
what?
Whatever.
What?
Some in a bowl.
Okay. And then so I'll just pour a little in the middle. I just burned my own hand.
I saw that.
Yeah. You saw the jump of the Lord that came upon me?
Oh my God.
There's
that
a
was
holy
the quickening
jump.
of.
I mean, a quicken. So that's good.
That does look gluten-free.
It's gonna be delicious though. Then we do that, and then we're gonna flip it and reverse it.
Come on, Missy Elliott. Oh. For those of you that didn't know.
If y'all don't know that, why are you watching Kitchen Conversations?
Y'all too young.
Y'all too young. This talk ain't for you. No, it is. It is for everybody. Even in that, I feel like that should be something that's normalized. Like, People
Absolutely.
having those conversations with their children, and not just the don't do it because it's bad, because that was more so like the talk that I got growing up. Don't do it, it's bad. And I'm
Right.
like, but why is it bad? Like, they didn't really like discuss what happens after
Yeah.
even though this generation don't believe in soul ties, I believe in soul ties because they're real and I've experienced them. So I know them from experience. But because of that, they're not having, it's okay, it's cooking.
Oh, okay.
And
You
the
know,
little light will
When
go
I see a
off.
little steam, I get worried. So
No, steam is a part of cooking, Rashad. Jesus. So anyways, a lot of this generation, well, me growing up in like our generation, it was just like, don't do it, it's bad.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think it's more to it than it being bad. They don't talk about the repercussions. And even like you said, you just found yourself in like a pit and you were like, I don't know what is happening, but you knew it stemmed from you opening yourself up to someone in a sexual way.
Right.
And these are the repercussions of it.
Absolutely.
So in that, what are some like stigmas that have been like placed upon you, or even like people that you know that are abstinent? Like, what are things that you've heard and you're like, where did that even come from? Like, what are y'all talking about?
I mean, you want alphabetical order, you want by year.
You can just give us a few.
The biggest ones that I've gotten was that I'm using this for sex.
Oh, but that's a thing.
No, when I tell you, I'm like, how do I get more conversation not wanting sex than when I was trying to get sex? Like, it was
Trying to get the booty.
right. I couldn't get them. Man, I mean, I was trying to be a pirate getting booty, but the crazy part was, but no joke. Like when I would like spit game, go to the clubs and the bars, and I'd be like, hey girl,
Hey, baby.
right, hey little mama, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Got a little sweet
switch it
brain.
up, but it never worked. But the moment I tell them, oh, I'm living for God. I'm doing my best to stay abstinent, like no sex before marriage. I literally had a girl tell me, are you sure it could be magical? I said, magical?
Ladies.
Magical.
Y'all not.
What camera am I looking into? Magical. Magical.
He said it's like Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Ta-da! I was like, girl, if you don't get up out of here. I said, no, thank you. I laughed at her. She thought it was like I was rude, but I was like, but no, like, so the biggest one is using
Voila! Married.
ta-da! Dang, stop. But definitely using it for sex, or using abstinence for sex.
Right, like
Doesn't make
fake
sense.
abstinent.
Right.
Like you just doing that so women come and reach out to you so you can get the draw.
Right.
Get the draws. I got the draws. I got the draws. I got the draws.
What is going on in this kitchen?
A lot of Rashad and Jessica foolishness.
Right.
That's what
If
we
y'all
do.
didn't know, we actually have conversations like this
Yeah.
outside of the kitchen.
All the time.
All the time. All the time. But that, along with I'm a liar, I'm fake, that's impossible. Those are probably the top three that I get the most. Or, are you gay? So,
Right.
Yeah. I don't get that one often, but definitely those.
That's funny that you say that. Like, people always thought like negatively about the experience, but can we just normalize men having boundaries? It's not common,
I mean,
but can we normalize that some men actually have boundaries?
yeah.
And no matter how much coochie, can I say coochie? It's my kitchen, I can say what I want. No matter how much coochie you throw at them, they're gonna maintain their boundaries, and that's okay.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
they don't want everybody that they see. They're allowed to say no. They're allowed to be faithful in a relationship. They're allowed to be abstinent. Like, let's normalize that without thinking the worst or thinking that they're gay or thinking, just let's normalize that.
Yeah.
I know some people are out here fraudulent, but not everybody is. And so
Fakery.
let's normalize being okay with men saying no.
Right. I think a big part of that, it comes from the music we listen to,
Absolutely.
or that's promoted.
Absolutely.
Movies. And what I always tell my students and a lot of people that I come across is that these actors and these celebrities, they glorify sex and they end up going back to one woman. or one man.
Right.
And it's like, how? Do you realize what y'all really be listening to? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z's perfect example. He's one of the examples I use. I'll try not to. But he talks about, like, in his lyrics, and Jay-Z's been with Beyonce years before even coming out in marriage.
Right.
But his lyrics talk about, multiple women and, sex and all these things. And he may have did that before Beyonce. But it's like, how do you talk about all of that stuff and you give this out to the youth and to turn around and go back to one woman? And it's great. Trust me, that is exactly what you should do.
Yes.
But it's like you're glorifying, amongst other artists and actors or whatever, they glorify all this stuff, and our youth, our men and women are soaking this up, and it's like, oh, is this what I have to be, or this is what I have to do to be successful? And so for me, what I try to do is, I'm trying to combat that, the reality. It's cute until you turn the music on. You know what I'm saying? So after the music is off and the movie's done, you just stuck with yourself, And so I want to bring that level of awareness to people, not just women, but men as well.
Man, that was so good.
Thank you.
Drop gems. And I'm glad you didn't get a little disrespectful with Jay-Z because, Sean Carter fan page every December 4th. His birthday.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what December 4th was supposed to mean.
It becomes a whole stand page. Yeah.
Oh.
But I think our food's ready. So let's get this bacon out the oven.
Come on.
Sit down
the
and
magic word. Yeah.
So our food is done and it looks amazing. Why are you sizing up my plate?
I'm just trying to make sure, you evenly distributed the frosting.
It's my kitchen. I can do what I want.
But we made this. Don't forget.
You did a very little work, but it's here. It smells amazing. It looks amazing. I'll pour us a little orange juicy juice.
Juicy juice.
Okay. For our somewhat brunch. Okay, that's enough. You're greedy.
I didn't eat breakfast to have this brunch.
Okay, well.
I just want y'all to know that. She starved me before I came.
I didn't want you to have the extra 10 pounds that the camera puts on. So you were fasting.
I need all the 10 pounds.
I need a little syrup for mine. So I'm gonna drizzle that with our little frosting. Do you want syrup as well?
I was like, are we sharing the cup?
Yes,
okay.
we're sharing. And then we can eat because I'm not waiting on you. And I'm probably more interested in this bacon than anything else.
Wow. You probably can't even have it. It's not even like vegan bacon.
It's not. Wow.
Wait, what did you just
It's
eat?
good. The bacon. Wow.
Yep. That's a lot of candy.
It's amazing.
I did that.
You didn't even do that part.
Fire.
Wow. This is Gloria.
You must really pay attention because the edges is just how I like them. Black.
Black, blackity black.
black on black, blackity black.
Okay. So, it's so good, right? So, as most of you guys can probably tell the theme of this season, I'm focusing on mental health as well. Get out of my plate.
My bad.
Overall health. So, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and entrepreneurship. So, with that said, how are you handling your mental health in this time? We're on the back end of a pandemic right now. Mm-hmm. And just as a Black man in America, I feel like you have to have a strong mental health game. How are you maintaining your mental health in this time?
I will say it has not been easy because especially not only do you have quarantine and people losing jobs and homes and things like that, but you have Black men being murdered in the streets.
Ooh, right on TV.
Right on TV. You have Black people being murdered in their homes and things like that. And so I won't say it has made me fearful, but it has put me on high alert.
Yes.
And I've been very vocal about reaching out to people more. And I think that's been a real issue with Black men, is that we're not vocal until something happens.
Almost until it's like too late.
Right. You know, instead of saying, hey, be safe, all of a sudden now you want to give them their flowers on their grave. Like, no, like, text me when you get home, be safe, let's hang out, let's, you know. So I think for me, I've been just very more vocal about, not even just Black men, because, you know,
right,
everybody's, you know, subject to, nobody's exempt from death. So just been very, more intentional with interacting and reaching out to people. And so that's definitely a huge part. And that's something I don't like to do. I'm very like standoffish, like, nah, you come to me, you know, if you got something to say, or you think we need to talk, then you come to me.
Right.
And that's very toxic. And
I'm glad you recognize that.
yeah, you know, she told me to. But no, it's definitely something that I've had to step back and reflect. A lot of self-reflection is huge too. A lot of, especially Black men, we think like, oh, that's just me, or that's how my dad was, or that's just how I was raised. And it should never be like that, especially if you know how damaged you were growing up.
Listen.
Then to be that person for somebody else, like, why would you continue to damage the next generation?
Right.
And so, yeah, that's that on top of,
No, you're
that
fine.
on top of accountability. That's probably the biggest thing that I've always avoided, was accountability, because it was always, you just nosy. You just in my business. Mind your business. This is between me and God.
Your business.
And it's definitely not that, especially when you know they care about you. So pick your accountability, like, wisely. Don't just grab anybody, you know, oh, we got the same struggles. That's not always wise.
Right.
You know, because y'all both fall together. Like, so definitely have accountability with people who have overcome and are successful at what you're trying to get out of. And especially have people as accountability to where you want to be in life. So if you want to do real estate, or you want to write books or whatever, like, have those people in your life. Small circle, tight knit.
Amen. I love all of that. And I think
get some more?
that absolutely,
Oh,
I've been grubbing the whole time you were talking. So I was like, talk on, brother, because
now
I'm
it's your
eating.
turn.
But in that, I think that you also dropped some gems that other men and other just people can implement to help maintain their mental health. It's good, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, be strong. So I've been in your business. I've asked you a lot of questions this episode, and I'm grateful that you have answered them all. But at this point, we like to do something called Ask Jess. And it's where you get the opportunity to ask me any question of your choice. Like, it could be about anything. Don't be in my business like that, but you can ask. You could be in my business a little bit. So what is one question that you would like to ask Jess? I feel like I should have like game show music, like, Ask Jess.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The buzzkill.
I would want to ask, and I think because, like, you know, kitchen conversations and like, this is your niche. Do you think, and I'm not saying this is how it should be, but I'm asking, do you think that women belong in the kitchen? Is that their primary or only role? Don't body stone me. I was raised by a single Black woman who did everything. So it has nothing to do with, you know, yeah, the woman belongs in the kitchen and have babies and that's it. Definitely not. But as a strong Black woman, as an awesome Black woman who cooks and is amazing at it, do you think that role, or that, I guess you call it a stigma, do you think that women should abide by that or stick to that?
I believe that women
Let me
should
eat my waffle to this.
I believe that women should do whatever the hell they want to do. I do not believe that we have one place anywhere in this society. I believe everybody actually should be in the kitchen. If you need to eat, get in the kitchen and eat.
Everybody?
Everybody, even you, especially you.
Wow.
I don't see how people are grown and don't know how to cook something. Because how are you living? You can't maintain a healthy life if you're constantly eating out, or, you know, and it's just not even like, even if you have the money, like, fiscally responsible. Like, cook something, go get in the kitchen. So I think that everybody should be in the kitchen, but I absolutely don't think that women should be limited to you're a woman, that's your job, because sometimes that's just not your strong suit. Like, I have friends who just don't know how to cook well. So please stay out of the kitchen. If that's like, get your one little dish, but stay out of the kitchen because your food is trash. But I believe that people should do what best suits like their lifestyle, their family. I don't believe in like, because you're a woman, this is what you have to do. Like, thrive in your strong suits, because some men really cook very well.
Yeah.
So thrive in that. And some women are better at other stuff. Thrive in that. So I don't want to say that women belong in the kitchen. I think everybody belongs in the kitchen, but I think that people should just do what's best for them in their lifestyle. And so that's my take.
That was so good.
Oh, wow, he's being shady. But this has been amazing. Our food has been amazing. Our conversation has been even better. I knew it would be because you're my brother, and I knew it was gonna be a good time here in this kitchen. So thank you so much, Shad, for coming to Kitchen Conversations with Jessica. If the people wanna find you on social media, where can they find you? Yes, you shouldn't have been greedy.
Why are you gonna ask me that when I'm eating? You got like subtitles or captions or something?
We gonna have to at this point.
You can find me at E5 Man of God on Instagram, Twitter. I got Snapchat? No, I don't have Snapchat.
They don't need to find you on Snapchat.
Yeah, just Instagram.
Okay. So
Instagram
E5
and Twitter.
Man of God. You got a TikTok?
I do.
Who you need TikTok here?
Yeah, I do. You finished?
Okay.
Yeah. My TikTok is E, and then you spell out the number 5.
Okay.
So F-I-V-E.
Okay. Yes.
E. Oh yeah. Did I say that?
E5 Man of God on everything. Go find him. He be dropping gems. He has a book out. He has a book out. He has merch. He has an amazing merch line. I be copying the stuff.
I should have wore it, but I gotta wash clothes.
And he's always doing something, so he's someone that you want to follow. As always, thank you for tuning in for an episode of Kitchen Conversations with Jessica. You guys are amazing. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I have. I hope you have some gems that you can take away. I hope you laughed a little because we're both a fool. And make sure you tune in again for another episode next week. And if you're not doing so already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below, and then follow me on the Instagrams, okay? I am Jessica Stylist. I'll see you there. Love you guys. Be blessed and stay healthy. Bye.